Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Whatever Let's Talk, Season 4. I think that majority of things that happens in the world right now is something that we cannot accept. And for a matter of fact of that thing that happens in the world leads me to a point where I'm just laying in bed now thinking about what's going on. Like, why is the world is burning? There's so many things that I want to get done, so many things that I want to achieve this year. I have so many bucket lists, and I just can't seems to kind of check it at the moment because I feel like I have the needs to kind of just do something in the present and like planning out things. And I feel genuinely clear with what I do, which I'm so excited for. Because like growing up, I always been kind of just not sure what I want to do in life. Because at the end of the day, sometimes when you are younger, you don't really have the firm decision or firm thoughts or beliefs that you can do everything and you can achieve it. You can do it all to the fullest. You kind of want to catch up with here and there, all over the place. It's kind of a little bit of kind of exploration that you need to do in your early 20s or maybe like 18. We're all pretty wild. We're all pretty confident back then. Like, I think for me personally, I tend to be really confident with things that I do. And like, even clothes that I wear, even photos that I took, it's like back then, it's like nobody cares. Who gives a fuck? Like, I'm just being me. I'm just having fun. I'm just doing all that for me. And I think that's like something that I need to get back to because like now that the world is like transparent, it's see through, it's like everything is accessed by internet, everything is all on social media, everyone have the needs, they feel entitled to comment on everyone's body, everyone's life, everyone's opinion, everyone's just anything that could happen in the world. Like everything that happens right now is crazy to me. And sometimes I feel like I just wanted to isolate it myself and just go back to my hometown, doing a little just remote stuff, maybe looking after the cow, catching fish, eating in the morning, like just going to like a small little shop in the morning, getting coffee and just eating like a little breakfast in the corner of my school. I felt like it's just been a lot like heavier and heavier for me because I tend to be just feeling not appreciating, I believe. I think it's just the majority of things that happen to me sometimes it just doesn't make any sense, and that leads to a point for me that I need to be kind of in the present. Like I'm in the present as fuck right now, and I think that's like something that motivates me to do things. Like I woke up in the morning every single day thinking about what I need to do to kind of fulfill my life, to pursue my dream, to kind of succeed my plans that I've been learning how to navigate for the like last 20 years. And like now that I'm at a point where I'm firm with things, I just need to start at it. And I think that's something that needs to be done by this year. Like I have to get it done. I have to get it all sorted before everything kind of fall down. Because like the world is burning. Who cares about you wearing a fucking crop top if you're a man? Who cares about you having a long hair if you're a man? Who cares about you having to put earrings on if you're a man? Who cares about if you divorce? Who cares about if you're like going through breakup? Who cares about when you just kind of live life? Like the world is burning, everything is falling apart. And I think life is so hard, the fact that like we have to work every single day in this society to like pay for our ends meet, and it's like what are we doing? Like why can't we just enjoy life? Sometimes the mentality of me like scared of like not having money to afford things is so scary out there. Like I've learned that like we have to have something, we have to achieve something, we need money to do something, we need money to start something, even like a small little business. You just need to start doing something to kind of add a little values in your life. And sometimes you're not happy, and that's okay because it's a part of emotion, behaviors, and like all of that. Just to make us feel human. And for me to feel disappointed sometimes, crying in the middle of the night, thinking about my life, it's pretty human. It's normal and it's not crazy. It's not familiar to me that sometimes I just don't know why I feel that way. there's certain feelings that sometimes pop up in our minds. It doesn't make sense, but you just have to let yourself feel to make yourself feel better, because you have to go through it to just come out to the other side. Something that I've learned lately is that I think my potentially time is so precious that I don't want to invest in anything other than my life, because I think when we need to be firm with things that we do, we need to really stay focused and just put it all the efforts in that. And it's a lot of kind of mentality to handle, because like you kind of have to cut a lot of people's off. You kind of have to make a lot of time for yourself. You kind of have to be a self-centered person. You kind of have to learn how to detach from people, from things that you love. And sometimes it hurts a lot of people, but at the end of the day, you have to choose you no matter what. For like the longest time in my life, I potentially learned how to take my life seriously, put myself into the situation where I need to do it. Besides, I don't have a choice. I need to be on survival mode to grow, to break myself apart so that I can actually grow as a person. It's like sometimes I tell myself that like I don't need to go through the hardest part of my life to grow, but I tend to kind of test it the water, that like every time I feel too comfortable, I'm not growing. So it's like for me, it's like I'm not like, okay, I don't have any problem, let's make some problem. It's not about that. It's about me learning that like this is it. This is the end of one chapter. I need to create another chapter, like write another, like a new chapter for my life, that it makes me feel alive again, because like I get so bored easily. Like I need to do something that excites me. I need to get out of the box. I need to do something that makes me feel alive. And even people, I think the majority of me meeting a lot of new people out there, because I feel like I want to observe, I want to learn more about people's emotion, understanding the life circumstances and like why people behave that way. Learning about people behavior is kind of really just something that fascinated me, because a lot of people going through different traumas and experiences in life, and sometimes the wounds that was actually drilling our body, it's unhealed. And like sometimes it's really bad, because we just growing without knowing that we have so much trauma and wounds to be healed, and we're just living with it. We just have to keep it a secret, like kind of, you know, kind of like keep it a secret, like dive into something in the middle of the sea to just seek out for that. It's a lot of effort. So people just, kind of tired of trying to kind of heal themselves from things that happens in their lives. Sometimes the experience is too painful that they kind of have to avoid it at all costs. But that's also something that I've learned for the last few years, that like once you avoid your own problem and your own traumas in a child, you tend to get hurt so easily, because sometimes when things that happens in your life, it's trigger your emotion, it's trigger your childhood trauma, and it's just come back out no matter what happened, because the more you try to avoid it, the more it's coming out faster. It's like something that like um triggering you, it's always going to be there. And it's like if you're never really accepting the fact that you're going through that, you validated your own feeling, validated your own experiences, and like that traumatized situation that you've been through, even at a really young age, you have to believe that you can fix it. You have to believe that sometimes when life gets hard, it's not going to be that long. It's like you're not going to be in a really hardship situation for the next 20 years. Like you can heal, you have a choice, you can choose to be a better person, you can change. You can always be the better version of yourself no matter what you're going through. It's like the fact that you're going through so much in life and you really wanted to become a better person, it's already there. It's like it's written that like you believe in the good, you believe in the change, and you believe in something that impossible, because like life is offering so many choices, so many experience, so many people, and so many like dialogue of life, that like sometimes we just have to believe that things that is happening to us right now is going to change us as a person in the future. And even when we look back to the past, sometime we kind of laugh over it, because we didn't know back then. We didn't know why that happened to us, why we didn't know how to solve that problem. It's like sometimes we do have that natural feeling that like why do I not know this type of things, this sort of things that happened to my life? Why do I not know back then? Like, I should have known it. I should have become a better person. I should have lead my life better. But forgive yourself for not knowing how to do it, because if it was your first time in your life experiencing something that you just, you know, overwhelmed, like you just lost and you're just kind of feeling kind of maybe a bit kind of overstimulated in terms of understanding what is this problem. And that's like, I need to like kind of not promoting or like maybe letting people to be aware. It's like growing up, like I want you to experience your life yourself, but at the same time I want people to understand that this feeling itself is normal. It's a feeling of not knowing what to do in life, not knowing that this is the problem, what is the solution. That is normal for me growing up. It's always at a different age that like I'm just kind of not sure, like what is this problem at this age, what do I have to do. It's like it gets me excited to just jump into a new chapter, to learn that this is a new exciting moment for me to kind of change myself. What are the solutions that I need to kind of improve myself to be a better person? And there's so many things out there that I can learn, so many people that I can observe, so many great people out there that I can just kind of go straight there and just ask them, because I'm such a spontaneous person. And like, to be independent enough to understand about your emotion, be aware of what you do, apologize if you needed to, if you make mistakes. Sometimes learning how to kind of change yourself as a better person, it's always been something that people need to do. And I tend to see a lot of people not accepting what they did because they're scared. They're scared of what people think about them, the insecurity, the anxious of feeling abandoned from people that loved you because you did something wrong. I know that it's like sometimes when we did something wrong, we're always scared of feeling like people is going to blame you anyway. But like at the same time, I think accepting the fact that you made it, the decision that just make you feel miserable. Sometimes you make the wrong decision in life doesn't mean that your whole life is going to be ruined. And that's like lead to a point where I'm learning how to navigate life without not like just like accepting the fact that like I do make mistakes sometimes. I do sometimes say the wrong thing and I accepted it. I admit it. I admit the fact that like sometimes I do say something that I don't mean to, and like conversation has to be made. Conversation needed in any circumstances in life. If you say something wrong, sometime clock someone out, calling someone out, saying like, oh, okay, this is not the right thing to say. This is hurting me. What are we supposed to do? What are we like, what do we do to fix it? And sometimes when the other half is refused to fix it, it's really hard for you to kind of like, because what you want is just, you wanted to kind of like, wanted to explain, or maybe just like, maybe wanted to have a finalization of talking. But at the end of the day, you have to learn that you can't mirror your behavior to other people, because we're all going through different experience. This is what I've learned so far too, because like I always expected people to behave like me, to feel positive like me, but I can't, because like it's bad for me to think about that, because like they are coming from a different background, different family, different trauma, different mentality of having that decision of like what they want to do in life. And I can't, because it's like it's my fault that now I wanted people to change in behavior and just wanted to be the same as me. That's so wrong to me. And that's when I learned that like I want to let people experiencing things that they wanted to. And like if they need opinion, obviously I can't potentially kind of, plucking here and there, but I can't walk you through the whole experience, because no matter what it is, everything has to be different. Because like I can't feel the same way as you. I don't understand you, but I'm there for you. That's it. That's like the majority of things that I've learned. I can't make people feel the same as me, but I can make people feel like they are, you know, deserve to be better. Like it's like everyone else deserve to be a better person. Everyone else to be like deserve to be happy. No matter what happened, you supposed to be living life that you wanted. And it's like it's not easy. It's so simple to say, but it's hard to do, because sometimes when we feel like we want to be happy, something in our lives just come in and we're just feeling lost, and it's fragile because like sometimes we're not strong all the time. We're weak sometimes. We're vulnerable sometimes. We're not understanding any context that people make sometimes. We don't want to be in any situation that make us feel miserable sometimes, and we don't want to be in a situation where we feel too comfortable. Sometimes it's a bit complicated to be a part of this life because it's like what is the meaning of life? But you have to know the life of being in a discovery moment. It's like discovery journey is so exciting. You have to let yourself experience something that out of your limitation. I think a lot of people sets the limits for their understanding and refuse to learn a lot of things. Me too. Like I've learned that like I sometimes not like I just say no to the things that I don't like. So it's pretty normal to say no to the things that you hate, but not something that you've never tried. For me, I'm like always been open up to more opportunities, more chances in life, and when the opportunity comes, I just take it because I've learned that like sometimes when I get to experience all of that, I know how to navigate my life better. So why not experiencing it to the fullest? Life basically existed for you to experience it. It's like YOLO. You only live once. Go out there, do something that you like, do something that you appreciate, tell people that you love, and just express yourself, learning how to navigate your feelings, apologize, learning how to just, be there for your family, be there for yourself, learning how to walk away from toxic relationship, learning how to walk away from a friendship that you feel like you don't deserve to be in, learning how to get out of the environment that you feel like it's too much for you to handle, learning how to get out of somewhere that you feel like you don't belong, learning how to just be by yourself in a room, sitting down, talking about life, be happy, and that's all you need. Like, you just have to be firm with your feeling, trust yourself, learning how to just basically telling yourself that no matter what happened, you can always come back to yourself. You are the strongest version of yourself. You are the strongest ingredient in your life. You have to know that you are the main ingredient. You are the main character. You're the one who created everything. You're here because of what you did back then. You didn't know, but you still did it anyway. And that's when you've learned that you are the most powerful things ever in the world. And that messages I've always been just telling other people and telling myself, because sometime I would go back to the podcast that I made and listen to all of that just to make myself feel better, because I wanted to know my mentality back then. That's all the things that I've learned. I start recording since I was like 13, talking about myself, even though back then we don't have any kind of recording kind of technology or whatever fuck it is. I always just riding a bicycle, talking to myself about any topic, families, friends, all my childhood trauma, what do I learn so far, my love life. Everything that I do was just to protect myself at all costs. But at the same time, along the way, you will probably meet someone that going to make your life miserable, not knowing that that is the wrong thing. Some people hurt you without knowing that that is the wrong thing, and that's like it's traumatized for you because you wanted people to know that how much they hurt you, but you can't because that's your feeling. Their feelings is different. You can't understand. You don't know, but you should be grateful the fact that you don't have those feelings. Those feeling of wanted to destroy someone's life. Those feeling of wanted to just splash all the insecurity on someone. And that is so wrong to me. Growing up, I've always learned about people around me that always splash their insecurities, splash their kind of anxiety to people. And that is not the right thing. I think that happens a lot when like some people growing up with a lot of traumas and um you know, a lot of wounds, a lot of, family issue. Um, I think when you're aware of your childhood trauma, you know that you have problems and refuse to fix it. That is like the most diabolical things that could ever happen in your life, because how could you not want it to change when you've seen a lot of behavior in people that you know that it's not the right thing to do, but you still kind of take that as a like as the journey that you want to take. Sometimes I understand it's like unintentional to say something, but you have to be aware. You have to take a step back to kind of really have a thought of like, why do you behave that way? Is there any pattern that I got from my family? Is there any pattern that I kind of inherit from my parents or anyone around me growing up? So I have to be aware, I have to behave a bit better. I have to learn that I can be a different version of myself. Growing up, I can be a different person from other people and I can be better. There's no way that we can't change. We have to change. It's like, it's pretty simple. I think when you make life simply, just put it that way, that you're growing, you're born from a basically like one and you growing. You're basically a small little baby now that you're like bigger and bigger, taller, shorter, um, stronger, independent, spontaneous, anything. Basically, you're growing. So you have to take that as a change. Like behavior could be changed when you're accepting the fact that something is wrong with you. I've learned that some of people that I know refuse to accept that there are something's wrong with them. And for me, I've always accepting. I think accepting that there is something's wrong with you is the most powerful thing because you have to know that something is wrong in there. Something is wrong with your behavior. Something is wrong with your health. Something is wrong with your emotion. Being so aware of the fact that like you need to fix yourself, like for me personally, growing up I always get sick, so I have to be aware, knowing that I'm not healthy enough to look after myself. Sometime I need to prep, I need to understand what is going on, I need to understand why I get sick, I need to understand what food did I eat that causes me that sickness. And I have to be so aware that like sometimes I'm getting tired of it because like I said, not people that we know are strong all the time, including us, because we're not strong, like 100% strong, because it's pretty normal to be a human that sometimes we feel so weak that we can't do anything. We just want to lay in bed doing nothing, talking about life. Like now, I'm not tired, but I'm just like wanted to just kind of let myself rest for a bit. Sometimes my brain's kind of running, but to be back to that, it's like I think people need to really accept the fact that we're all not as strong as we're 100% putting it to. I think when we're on surviving mode, we have to be strong. We have to take all the plot twists. We have to take all those majority events that happens in our life and still keep being strong, keep going, doing that. But if you have a time to kind of take a step back, take a break, or maybe sometimes you just have to sit down for a moment, take a deep breath, debrief about your life so far. That's like something that's so therapeutic to me. So sometimes when I come back home at 12 a.m. in the morning, learning that, oh, okay, so many things happen in life at the moment. I have to learn what to detach and what to attach. Like, it's like a documentation that you attach into the email and send it to somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, you tend to kind of knowing that what documentation that you need that is important in your life that you need to attach to that brain. The malfunction of the brain is when you have too much capability of data in your head. It's too much to handle, and the detachment issue is a bit high because you don't know how to like get rid of like the previous folder and all that. It's a bit kind of like the terminology of like that. It's like become something that I need to kind of know how to detach, like what to get rid of and what to keep. It's like I always say, like it's what to keep, what to let go. Sometimes you can't keep all the data in your brain because it's over capacity. And when you learn that like that thing makes you feel miserable, you have to let it go. You have to not like maybe like avoid it or abandon it. You have to go right through it, let it go, start all over again. And that's like a life cycle when you've learned that like you can always restart it, the machine that you have. The machine is like capability of the machine is when I'm talking about the brain of restarting it. Because sometimes you don't know how to put it like in a simple way that we as a person have one brain, and that brain need a relaxation. It needs a sleep to kind of recycle, detach, delete it, attach, and just putting it that way, like into different kind of like a data section that we can accept. it's so complicated to talk about it because like I feel like I wanted to kind of deep dive into that because it's a lot to deal with as a person, but at the same time it's also easy if you kind of knowing the terminology of putting it because it's like it's like you have a wardrobe and you have a different section. You just have to make sure that you store it in the right section. So when you store it in the right section, it's neat and clean. There's nothing distracted you or like kind of annoy you in a way. So it's like the brain. The brain is the same. When you learn that like something is annoying you, you put it in a different section, annoying, different section that, oh, okay, people that makes me happy, I'll put it in that section, here and there. We'll all have capabilities of putting things in a section that we wanted to. It just sometimes it takes a bit of time to kind of knowing how to navigate it properly because like it's like I said, it's our first experience. We need to learn how to navigate it. It's like you use computer for the first time in life and you don't know how to use mouse pad, you don't know how to use keyboard, you have to learn how to type it in and all that. It's like something that's like just simply put basically, it's like a basic human decency that you need to learn. It's like knowing what to keep and knowing what to let go, detach, attach, and just, sometimes you got to do like a restart to kind of have a better functioning. And it's like, that sounds so academic, but like it's just something fascinating to me. Like I tend to like really find it fascinating when it comes to psychologically talking and like all those wounds and traumas of talking. I hate sometimes the fact that I always ask people, what is your trauma? It's so annoying because I should have not asked them that way. Like it's just bad. But like I don't know. It's a bit kind of something that like you have to do it for some reason to do a little research. But I'm sorry if like that's like offends people or something. It's just maybe I don't know. Maybe I need to learn how to stop doing that. But yes, to conclude everything that I've just talked about, it's just that we have to kind of simply put our lives into a section where we feel like it needs to be better, and like some section in life it needs a lot of improvement, and you have to kind of accept the fact that like something is wrong. When you check the machine and you know that something is wrong, are you gonna fix it or are you just gonna leave it? That's it. That's just ask yourself that. If something is wrong, refusing to fix it, it's just gonna be a waste. Basically, you just leave the machine there without doing anything. But yeah, to just kind of finalize it, I think the most powerful thing about living at the moment is that we need to stop caring too much about what's going in other people's life, because that's just become too much. Social media is kind of a 2.0 things that happen right now, because I've seen a lot of people commented on people's body saying you have to be like fat now, you have to lose a little weight, you have to gain a bit of weight, you don't look nice, you need to do a little bit of this here and there. It's diabolical to me that people have the entitlement to do something that is not belong to them. But it's like I understand a lot of people say that if you don't want it to get all of that, maybe don't put yourself out there. And you have to be aware, you have to know. I know, but that's it to a point where like not a lot of people strong all the time. You can't just go out there commenting on people's body, saying they are fat, they are too skinny, they are too short, they're too tall, the way they dress is not nice. I think it's so weird to me that sometimes people are just outrageous. Like they are just, people will always be people. Sometimes we can't change and we can't expect people to be the same. So intentionally I just want like y'all to just take a step back, focus on your own thing, do your thing, and like for the longest time in my life, I tend to just find peace because I stop like attach myself to anything. Like all of the things that I attach to these days is family, friends, job, gym, or maybe a little sporty tennis and all that. But other than that, I'm just doing photography on the side. All of the things that I do is something that I'm like, I am not going to invest my time in something that is going to waste my time. But that's just something I can feel, and that's something that I do, but I don't expect people to do the same, because I know that like sometimes it's scary out there to go out there doing things that you want to do, but you're scared of people judging. So it's just do you, man. Like, it's 2026. Do whatever you want to. Get out there, do something, say something, post on the internet if you want to be famous. And at the end of the day, people might care for a few seconds, but who gives a fuck? Nobody fucking care. They just wanted to say something, you know. People just struggling to find the life balance to support the family. Why do we care so much about things that happens in the world? Why do we got like why do we want to kill people? Why do we want it to demand so much power? I just don't get it. But you know what? It's Sunday. I'm chill. I'm chilling, talking, chilling. It's 9:22. I woke up since like 7, but I mean, what else could it possibly go wrong? That's like my routine right now. It's become my routine that I woke up at 7 a.m. every single morning. And it's a bit annoying because sometimes I can't really, function because like I need to go to sleep. It's like now it's weekend. I need to sleep. I need to understand why am I not sleeping? But I can't because it's just like, okay, maybe I'm just like kind of a little stressed or whatever. But nah, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and it's gonna be a lot, but I know that you guys are stronger than anything in the world. Love yourself more. Take care of yourself. I gotta go. Bye.